Enjoy the holiday season with the Alolan Festivities design, available on shirts, hoodies, mugs even. You can get one for yourself to wrap up nice and warm, or one for a present for a friend. Links to where you can get your own are in the description below. Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeepertoby here. I have been doing Pokemon Sun and Moon videos all week, and this one is incredibly spoilery. In fact, you need to have played the game and the post-game of Pokemon Sun and Moon. I really don't want to ruin it for any of you, and there's some big plot points that I cover in this, so if you haven't played the game or you don't want it spoiled for you, please click away now. I have plenty of other Sun and Moon videos that have been going on this week. If not, I am also doing a giveaway for a copy of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Just leave a comment on this video and a like, and you will be entered into a competition. More details about it are in the top of the description, but let's not delay, because there are some things that you may well have missed while playing Pokemon Sun and Moon. 5 big secrets. And admittedly, while I discovered some of these, I know other people have also, picked up on them, so I'm not the first person to find them. But these are the big ones, and there's a good chance you missed one of these, so if you didn't, let me know in the comments. Starting off with number 1. Kukui's wife, Burnett, is from a past Pokemon game. That's right, Kukui's wife, Burnett, a wonderful new addition to Pokemon Sun and Moon, is actually already been existing in the Pokemon world for a while. You pick up in dialogue from the NPCs around her that she used to study an area called the Interdream Zone. And in fact, she gives you an item called the Reveal Glass, which is the item to change the various forms of these legendary Pokemon. And if all of that sounds very Gen 5, because the Dream World was in Gen 5 and so were those legendaries, then you'd be right. She's from a Generation 5 game, but not Black or White or Black and White 2. She's from a special mini-game called the Dream Raider. You had to download this game onto your 3DS, and it allowed you to capture certain legendary Pokemon and other Pokemon with their Dream World abilities. And she was the only human NPC in it, a Pokemon researcher studying the Interdream Zone. Now, of course, this was set long ago, and we know Kukui has traveled the world, traveling through the Indigo League and various other regions, including Kalos. So it seems that among his adventures, he went to Unova, and that's where he met Burnett. And now, of course, they're married. How sweet. Number 3. Potentially there is an ex-member of Team Rocket in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, just off the outskirts of Marley City is Marley Garden, a beautiful, serene area with these golden bridges and statues. It's actually one of my favourite areas of the game, but you only have to visit there briefly. However, if you return, the golden bridge gets occupied by 5 Pokemon trainers who you have to battle. And if you battle them, there is a guy at the end who asks you if you want to join Team Rocket. He has an Atkins and a Zubat, and that reminds you, of course, of the infamous Nugget Bridge from Cerulean City. A bridge from Red and Blue with a bunch of trainers on it, and at the end there's a member of Team Rocket with an Atkins and a Zubat, and that guy asks you if you want to join Team Rocket. Now, of course, at the end the trainer laughs and tells you that Team Rocket disbanded years ago, but I still think it's such an awesome reference and something you may have missed. Number 3. Mon from the Pokemon Pelagio is very possibly Lily and Gladion's dad. So we know Lucamine, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, is the mum of Lily and Gladion, and they are brother and sister. But who is their dad? Well, inside the Aether Foundation, if you read some of the books, they suggest that there was once a Professor Mon, and a Mon character does appear in the games in the Pokemon Pelagio. He also has blonde hair. And in fact, is the whole reason that the plot happened, because Mon, supposedly Professor Mon, fell through this portal. One of the many wormholes, and Lucamine made it her life goal to try and seek him out and find him again, but never could. Well, it turns out the place he ended up was in the Pokemon Pelagio? I cannot pronounce the word. Either way, it's super cool to think that this might be true. Number 4. Necrozoma is not an Ultra Beast. So if you're like me and you saw some of the leaks ahead of time, you would have seen this Pokemon, Necrozoma, and believed that it was either called Mars Shadow or that it was an Ultra Beast. But the thing is, it's not. It appears that this Pokemon is the middle legendary of the region. It's the Prism Pokemon, and it gets its power from light, as in either sunlight or moonlight, and its hands refract the light and shoot off laser beams. And they sort of seem undecided in the game. Luca says that it's just another legendary Pokemon, it seems, while other characters are saying, oh, it's an Ultra Beast, but no, it's definitely another Pokemon. That said, if you did already know that bit, then what about this? Supposedly it came from outer space or another world, that's mentioned in the game somewhere. And it fires off laser beams, and there's another Pokemon that's in space that was mutated because of a laser beam, Deoxys. Possible Pokemon theory, Necrozoma made Deoxys with one of its laser beams? Maybe? And number 5, Annabelle is from Pokemon Emerald version. And you might already know that, but what I mean is, in terms of the lore of the games, she's from the Emerald version of Hoenn. What does that mean exactly? Well, Annabelle, Luca, and Guzma's brother were all on a mission together where Annabelle had come through a wormhole. One of the space-time wormholes that the Ubis come through, and that's why the Ubis are attracted to her. But does that mean she came from a parallel world? Well, the answer may well be yes, because Annabelle, of course, is from the Hoenn games, but only from Emerald version, not from Ruby or Sapphire, and not from Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. And in fact, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, that is set at the exact same time as Emerald, just in parallel universes, the Battle Tower, which Annabelle is the Salon Maiden of, does not exist. And yet clearly it states that she used to be the protector of some tower. Which means she's travelled through universes. She's come from Emerald. It's the exact same Annabelle, having gone through the wormhole with the Ubis to now live within the world of Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's pretty cool. Of course, those are the 5 big plot things that I think you may have missed in Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you got all of them, hooray! Certainly I missed a few things and had to go back and get them. My favourite one was about Mon being the father of Lily and Gladion. Of course, don't forget you can still get your Alolan Festivities shirts and hoodies and all those kind of things. The links to all that is in the top of the description, and I will see you with the next Pokemon Sun and Moon video. So hi, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeepertoby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.